Hello, and welcome to another part, or in this case, another LP for my channel. This one's going to be very short, which means it's going to be like one part, maybe two, who knows. But there's one thing I know, is that this game is called Scooter Racing, or Razor Racing, if you've played that version. But no matter which version you choose, it's all the same game and all the same characters and all the same shit. Frontrunners, Eastside Lightning, and Bayside Thrashers. If you choose Frontrunners, you can choose from Dino, Melissa, Tank, or Ref. If you're in Bay City Thrashers, you can choose from Oni, Mikey, Streak, or Granny. Or if you decide to be the nerds with the Eastside Lightning, you can be Norman, Claudia, Chippy, or Professor Otto von Thrash, who will be playing as for this, well, one part LP. I'm wondering why he's the only one that doesn't have any of these, you know, medals that everyone else has. That's because I've actually beaten this game of every other character. I'm gonna tell you this right now, it's a Tony Hawk ripoff with scooters. Yes, it's a Tony Hawk ripoff game. And the best part about this is that it's the only fucking game that has, believe it or not, scooters. There's no other game that has scooters in it where you just ride scooters around and all that shit. This is the only game that's ever been created that has that. So this is actually pretty unique, even though it's kind of crap. You can choose from blue, red, green, orange, black, and that's it. We'll be using orange, because it's close to yellow. So this is called the Grunge Run Time Trial. We have to finish the 3 laps in 4 minutes 30 seconds, and again, X point, which leads to our medal, we need 20,000 points. Are you ready to see the game? Man, this looks like a great game so far, doesn't it? Yep. Really well made, I have to say. Let's probably talk about the game. Well, for one, this game is not very old, to be honest. It's more a kids game, if anything. Because, you know, it's sponsored by Razor, you know, because of the fact that one version of the game is called Razor Racing. So obviously, this game is supposed to advertise for the line of Razor products. You know, the Razor scooters. And my god, is this game pretty much not very well known. Yeah, this is a failed advertisement for their products. For obvious reasons, other than the fact no one's really played this game, unless you were lucky to get a copy. The other reason is it's shit. I'll tell you why. For one, let's say I just grind. Alright, let's say I just press the button. You just notice I jumped out of it. That's because the only way you can stay on your grind is if you hold the grind button. So how do you jump off and do all those tricks? Well, if you take too long on, you know, pressing the X button after releasing the triangle button, he will just jump off the rail. So you have to do this. You have to really like time yourself and like go back and forth on grind, jump, grind, jump, grind, jump, so on and so forth. And you only get a multiplier if you do different tricks while you do your little, you know, points. Like, let's say I keep doing feeble grinds. You notice I don't have any kind of multiplier right now. Now let's add some different tricks to this, like a clap or the clap. You'll notice I had a 1.5 before I bailed. Yeah. You can also do backflips. As I was saying, you can also do backflips, front flips, and manuals. How do you do manuals? Oh boy, is that fun. Well, I'm gonna keep like pressing the buttons to make sure I get there. As you can see, it's just not happening. There we go. And that's the nose manual. That's the entire manual. You can't even keep the manual going, by the way. That's it. That's as long as the manual goes in this game. And there's no bar for balance or anything. The manual is completely useless. And there's no reverting either, so if you decide to go on a ramp and want to like continue your combo, you're gonna have to try and grind the entire time because you can't manual very well, it doesn't work well, and you can't revert. So you'll notice that we now have a grunge race as well as the X point. Win 3 laps to unlock the park, and beat this in 3 minutes and you can unlock the next trial, which you have to do. Now this one's a bit different to the last one. Why? Well, for one, it's a race, which means we have people to race for. For two, we have different music. And for three, we don't have a point. You notice that we don't have a point score anymore, and I can do a trick like this. Oh, I'm sorry, I can do a trick like this. And you'll notice nothing just popped up. Yeah, don't do tricks. It just wastes time. The whole point of this one is just to race. Get from point A to point B, which is the same finish line 3 times, and be first, and you win. Simple enough. You might notice I just went for this. This is a shortcut. This is an utter shortcut, but it's actually longer than just taking the normal path. Yeah, RC Revenge flashbacks. Now, taking the shorter path is actually not that easy unless you know the ways of taking short paths. Like, for instance, if you just like ride here, you actually gain speed. I'm not even joking here. You actually gain speed from just riding on those bumps. Another thing that will help you gain speed, and trust me, you will see it soon, is from ramps. Now here's, oh by the way, camera. Now here's the thing, when you jump on a ramp, it actually makes you slower, but if you just go off like this, you actually pick up speed. And it's actually random on which ramps will actually give you the speed and which won't. And also, you can do this and you can actually gain some speed from that. Yeah. There is some weird and mundane ways of getting speed in this game. And when it comes to the races, you kinda need it. Just kidding, you fucking don't. If you know the shortest route just take it. You can be as slow as you fucking want, just not too slow that you're gonna be last and like run out of time. And basically, you'll beat this challenge, like both of them. It's a really easy fucking race. See? By the way, you might have noticed that we have this. You might also notice that not only does this look very resemblant to a high score in Tony Hawk, but the font is pretty much looking like a ripoff of the font in Tony Hawk Skateboarding or Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Yeah. You might have also noticed the frame rate in the game has somehow gone worse. Well, guess what? That's because this game has problems. Yeah, not big of a surprise, huh? Anyway, you might have noticed that score 10,000 points, you unlock the teammate. We've already unlocked all the teammates because I already did the whole thing. And yes, the only way you can get the other 3 teammates in the game is by playing as the first teammate and unlocking them. And if you're just playing it just to play the entire game, that one teammate is the only teammate you'll play as. By the way, 20,000 points, you earn another X points. Apparently, we're the X-Men. Now this one's really easy. I'm not even joking here. Like, if you go up here, and if you can just balance, which is actually difficult, because I like to remind you that none of these characters have stats. Yeah, if you can just do combos, you can actually get a lot of points. And this is basically how you're going to get the majority of your points, aside from just doing this, which instantly gives you 2,000 points. And just like that, I just beat the challenge. And then you can easily end this real quickly by going to end run, saying yes. And there you go. X point. You might have noticed that we did not jump to the next level. That's because for some weird reason, whenever you do a park, you are basically stuck on the park unless you move right. Now we're in Mall Crawl. We have to beat this in 3 laps in 5 minutes, and we have to get a score of 25,000. That's 5,000 more to the last 2. Man, this is gonna be some tough shit, huh? So what is this level? It's a fucking mall. Yeah. Huge Tony Hawk ripoff. Like, extremely blatant. I cannot just hide, you know, say it's not a Tony Hawk ripoff, it's totally an original game. The only thing original is the fact that it has scooters. No one's done that. No one's even like made another Razor game. I don't think Razor's ever like thought of having another game made for their products. But yeah, this is literally a fucking ripoff of Tony Hawk, just from the levels. I mean, thank God there's no warehouse or anything, but for fuck's sake, they have the mall. And as you can see, I just got more points from not only doing a backflip, but also a trick in the middle of it. And yes, you can do gaps, I mean. You might have noticed I just jumped over an escalator. That's just shortcut. You might have also noticed this is called a Nelson's. There is a shop called Nelson's. Riveting. You might have also noticed this shop right here with the Jester face. And Noodle House, or Andy's Noodle House. And Chinese food. What else can we find in this original fucking map? By the way, we've got our points. Well, we can find a lot actually, like lots of fun toys, Bella, and if I can get to it, Tammy's Baja Grill, or Tommy's Baja Grill, and Shabba, Reggae, and whatever. The quality of these pictures are bad. Oh, and Cafe. Let's not forget Cafe, and let's not also forget this area, which I just bailed on a fucking escalator on. This is pretty much the cinema, but it has no name. And here's Shop with a burger. If I just go over here and then look back, I'm pretty sure I can see that it is indeed called... Actually, I can do this. Free look. Press R2 or L2, you can do this. Hamburger Shop. And that sound is because the timer is paused. So yeah, I can just look around while I'm doing this shit. Like, we can look at the great graphics. We can look at the moon! We haven't taken this path yet, so we might as well. This is a shorter path to the one we've been taking before, and one we'll be using for our races. There's also a sign here that says Golden Plaza, so this is actually a plaza, not a mall. And I'm not even kidding, this says DeBella. But if you're wondering what the fuck the rest says, good luck, because I'm pretty sure it says Gagrills. I have no idea what that says. It's really crap. Wait. Oh. It's T-A-M-M-Y. It's Tammy's Baja Grill. Oh, and it's called Shabba Reggae and Sushi. How do you put those together? Oh, and there's also Fruit Depot. Oh, and there's this thing called the 99 Nonsense Store with a monkey. Because one of the characters we can play as is a monkey. Riveting. Nelson's. There's really nothing else. I mean, aside from the moon. Because apparently we're in the fucking mall at night, which I have no idea how we did that. High score, which means absolutely nothing in this game. And it's extremely easy to get. I like to tell you this right now. The high scores of this game are actually lower than the challenge scores. Either this was deliberate, or not even the creators can beat their own fucking challenges. Say what you will about a lot of Tony Hawk ripoffs, but even they knew how to make a good fucking challenge in their game, and even they could beat their own challenges. These creators fucking suck. And yeah, there's more ways than last time which you can speed up. Because there's a lot of ramps, so obviously you just go up them and not jump and all that shit. But you can also jump on these little, like, ledges. I mean, there's stairs, but, you know, they're gigantic. But these slopes, you can jump on them and pretty much you can actually get faster from it. And this shortcut literally does shave off time. Just jump on one of these ledges, and if you can hit the thing, you can speed up. And you can also speed up from just falling down here. Right there I fucked up, but who cares? God. Anyway, yes. The stairs are so gigantic that they're actually half the size of these characters, which means that these stairs are for fucking giants. So that's that one. Now again, it's another teammate one, but 25,000 points to earn an X point. You might notice something. But you also might notice this is actually the easiest fucking one of them all. I wish I was kidding. First off, front flip here. Next, back flip. Then grind. Then just do your tricks. And you just pretty much got 20,000. You are almost there. Just do a few small tricks and voila. And guess what? Guess how much time I have left? That much. You don't even have to try. Also, this is view replay button here. I might as well show you what this means. You can watch yourself play this entire fucking thing. It doesn't show highlights. It doesn't give you different camera angles or anything. No, no, no. It's the same camera angle with you just doing everything you just did. And not only that, the only camera angle is right behind your back. And that's it. And then the screen just turns black. It doesn't give you any points. Doesn't give you the time. Doesn't give you anything. It is a pointless feature. And it's only there to rip off Tony Hawk once again. Anyway, 6 minutes, 30,000 points in the LA River. Wait, LA River? Why is it called the LA River? Because it's this. You might be thinking I'm just kidding here, but I'm not. This is a fucking sewer level. And I just bailed in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Scooter Racer. Or racing, or whatever, I don't care. As you can see from all the pipes and all that shit, it isn't really that much of a sewer, but it so obviously looks like a fucking sewer. Like for instance, right down there, you can tell it's quite sewerish in its design. But it's more like an industrial thing, like, look at this. We're in a nuclear fucking plant. And there's LA. And notice, it repeats. There's another LA over there, and there's another nuclear plant over there, and to my left, there is another fucking LA. There are apparently 3 LAs in this level. This is some great design, I have to tell you that. You can also jump on these like a ramp. And you can grind on these, which actually do help get you points. You can speed up from jumping on that, and the shortcut of this level is jumping up here. And then taking a jump here to gain some speed. You can't gain speed from this, if you're wondering. But I have no idea why it bumped me back, but it just did. Now to slow you down, there's these parts where you do have to jump over them. But you can actually speed up just a little bit if you can get on those angles. And you can actually speed up by just falling. Like that. Don't take the ramps, don't take anything, do not even jump. Just fall down on the sides and you actually speed up, and you'll go for it faster than you would going up those ramps or jumping. You might have also noticed that the music has been pretty much the same 3 songs you've been listening to the entire game. Yeah. Not that interesting, huh? That's not the only thing in freeze though, and you'll see why. So we're nearing the end, and that's the end of this race, this time trial race, or more, the points race. And again, the view replay is nothing more than the replay we saw before, but in this race. And in case you're wondering, the actual race does not have a replay. You might have seen that. Because apparently they couldn't program to have, you know, 2 other computerized characters work exactly the same in their replays. This one's also easy. In fact, I think this might actually be the hardest of them all, and it's extremely easy. This is without a doubt an attempt at making a kids game, it's a Tony Hawk ripoff, and failing so fucking hard. You might have also noticed that thing above me. Looks like a fucking one of those goggle things that you have on your wall or something. Yeah, it's or the deer heads that you have on your wall, something like that. Yeah, that's what that was on the roof and on the top of the thing. I have no idea what it looks like though, nor do I particularly care, and we're doing a race. And by the way, even though time slows down, like just stops, the computerized characters do not stop. I'm not even kidding. When you're doing free look and the time is just, you know, frozen, the computer will actually still continue moving. Want me to show you? Yeah. You might have also noticed that the timer was still moving. Yeah. It's simply because in a race, it's a race. No time to look around. You got computers on your ass. So, yeah. This is the race. Having fun? I sure am. You can tell from my fucking voice that I'm having so much fun. And there's a particular reason why this is a one-off, so... We're nearly done with this race, which is surprising. You might have noticed I'm not really trying. Like, I'm just taking my jolly old time, doing whatever the fuck I want. Not really, like, racing much, just cruising more like. That's all this is, a fucking cruise. It's just, you know, one simple ride around on the scooter against some idiot computers who don't know how to speed the fuck up. And by the time you get to the end, you've already won, so... And what's your reward for getting this far? That. Like that. And by the way, you might have noticed that we're pretty much nearly there. You might also notice that, you know, in the races usually it says unlock next trial, but here it says complete circuit. I wonder why. Anyway, here's the park. 30,000 points. Yeah, no surprise there. Let's do it. Let me show you a way you can get a huge amount of points in just the first few seconds. Trick, grind. I fucked up, but who cares? Why? Because you can actually just keep doing that, and you can basically get a bunch of points. You can also get a bunch of points from doing, if you can get to it, a grind on the white rail. You can also get a bunch of points from just grinding on this. There's a lot of ways you can get a lot of points in this game. There's a lot of ways you can bail. And really, if you bail a lot, yes, you can actually find this kind of tough to beat. But that's only if you're terrible at the game, or if some weird glitch happens, which I have not encountered yet. And voila, I just beat the run. We unlocked robot. We unlocked robot. As you can see, we're done with the professor. So after doing all that shit, we actually get the robot, the master of the contest.